Good morning and welcome to the 2017 UIAA Ice Climbing World Championships. My name is Liam Lonsdale and we are live from Champagny-En-Vanoise. So far this weekend we have seen incredible action in both the speed qualifying event and the lead semi-finals last night, and we're almost ready to turn our attention to the speed semi-finals. The World Championships mark the conclusion of the ice climbing competition season, and we've been all over the world. We began our season in Durango before heading to Asia for rounds in Beijing and Cheongsong. Then we travelled to Europe, where we had two iconic and impressive rounds in Saas-Fee and in Rabenstein. Let's take a few minutes to recap some of the action from those events. Big reach out to the ice barrel with the right hand for Angie Rayner. 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock. Come on, Hannah Ray. 30 seconds to go. She needs to find it. That's it. Hannah Ray Song powering out. What a great effort. Jump Park hits the hold with the left hand. Kicks into the underside of that arch. And he cuts loose, but he sticks in. 5 seconds to go. Jump Park sits in first place. And what a hero. What a winner.
This is going to be a tie. He has to match.
Come on, Alexi. He's got 2 seconds.
He has to let go.
He's not let go. After Maria Tolokanina of Russia, and of course we know this girl can go. She's got more overall titles and speed than anyone. And that was an awesome finish from Maria Tolokanina.
Getting a lot of reach out of there.
Very quick.
Yeah, very fast time. Wow, what a rhythm. Short movement, but so strong.
Leonid Malik, very good, has had a really good season so far. Hasn't quite had the success that he'd be looking for, but here is looking in great form. Bam, 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 bam. Wow. Unbelievably quick at our first sub-9 second. 8.87 seconds. She's feeling very, very fast. It would be her first gold medal of the season, and she's been trying all season to get it. I'd love it to happen now. She's moving really quickly. Big finish. Maria Tolokanina, very, very quick. Presses up. Oh, wow. 12.48. Still not fast enough to beat Katarina Feoktistova. Igor Trapeznikov in a really good time here. Yes. 9.34 seconds. Shot just topped in 9.23 seconds. Keep it together, Carter. Come on, Vladimir. And it's an amazing time of 9.24. Oh, 0.01 of a second behind Batashov. Come on, Muncheon Shin. She's so close. All she's got to do is clip that rope. She reaches. Oh, no. She can't make the clip, and she's going to time out. Muncheon Shin times out. Come on, Angie. 45 seconds on the clock. Hits it the third time. Awesome work from Angie Reiner. And this is the part where she needs to open up. She's got less than 40 seconds to climb all the way to the top of this structure. Oh, no, and the tool pops, but she hangs it. Amazing. Oh, no, she's off. There's the match.
52 seconds.
With 52 seconds on the clock, Maria Tolokanina. Hannah Raisong just has to match. There's the match, and ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Raisong, the overall champion, lays her claim to the gold medal here in Rabenstein. But it's no top for Maxim Tomilov. That is time up as he reaches for that last barrel. Even when there's no feet on, kicks in hard and high. Classic Swiss Air style. 3 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock for Yannick Letard. Another big move. Oh no, he's off! I can't believe it! Yannick Letard's fallen! Kyung Park has got less than 10 seconds to make this clip. Oh no, he can't make it! The rope track's just so intense! Makes the clip, reaches up and he's on the buzzer! Oh, 3, 2, 1, and there's Kyung Park with the classic backflip. For the first time ever, we had a tie in the women's speed competitions with Maria Tolokanina and Ekaterina Kosheva on the top spot overall. And of course, in the men's competition, Vladimir Kartashev showed his dominance in that category. We'll be keeping a close eye on all three athletes this morning to see if they can continue that run of form here in France. So, on your screen now, you can see some of the judges and also the stunning competition wall, which is situated here in the valley above Champagny. That's situated, in fact, in the La Plagne region, and here's a chance to find out a little bit more about our host resort.
So I think Easter is quite a good time to go out since it's got longer days. The snow's very easy to ski on and just fun.
The scale of the mountains, the variety in the landscape, and ski in, ski out makes life so easy. Just get up in the morning, straight in the lift and straight on the slope.
Snow is fantastic, it's really nice. Children can learn so easily, it's warm, they can play, so they can just keep going all day long. It's lovely.
When you ski with the children, they can be totally beginner the first day, and in 2 or 3 days you can ski with them, and you have a lot of different runs to do.
I like skiing in the plan because it's really nice to be with the ski teachers because they stick together with you.
Wherever you are in the planet, it doesn't make any difference. There are so many ski lifts and gondolas and chairs going off in different directions. How can you beat this?
And so, immediately into the action, a little bit ahead of schedule there, Mariam Filipova of Russia getting her first attempt in of this speed semi-finals here at the UIAA Ice Climbing World Championships. Mariam Filipova, of course, has been very consistent this year in that speed category. Very consistent indeed. Finished 5th overall in the World Cup rankings. Took a 5th place in Beijing, a 5th place in Cheongsong, 5th place in Saas-Fee, and 6th place in Rabenstein. Next up in the ladies, we'll have Marion Thomas, and Mariam Filipova will move left. The format here is an accumulative time format. So their first times will be registered on the right route, then they will compete on the left route, and 2 times will be added together, the top 8 of which, from all of the 16 women, will then go through to the final round later on. Mariam Filipova and Marion Thomas both finishing quickly there. These athletes have been warming up since just before 8 o'clock. Early start for these guys, especially considering that we were going on until after 9 p.m. here last night with the lead semi-finals. A lot of these athletes in the lead semi-finals There's Marion Thomas as she moves to the left route. And on the right route, Maria Tolokanina, of course. Maria Tolokanina, one of the fastest climbers on the planet. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2014, 2016, and a tie for gold medal in 2017 for overall titles for her. No surprises that she reaches the top first there. Marion falls on her second route. So that will be her speed competition over. She was disappointed last night with her lead result. Fortunately, she fell very low on the ice section. Clip number 2. These things can happen in competitions. Now on the right-hand side, Natalia Kulikova. On the left, in the pink. And accelerating Maria Tolokanina. Very, very quick. Maria Tolokanina reaches the top first. Maria Tolokanina with a very quick time there. If you want to check the live results, very easy to do. You can do so on results.theuiaa.org. You can also get in touch with us here in Champagny. Couldn't be easier. All you have to do is go to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter and use that hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. We'll do our best to keep our eye on that hashtag over the coming hours. We'll give you shout outs, we'll answer your questions, and of course, say a good morning wherever you're tuning in from. There's bib number 110, Natalia Kulikova again on the left hand route. On the right hand route is Daria Kovaj of Ukraine. We are, of course, broadcasting live across the UIAA's Facebook, YouTube and Twitter channels. Also on Empora's channel on Facebook. And if you're tuning in on the Olympic channel this morning, a very good morning. The times will be live on the internet, so you'll be able to see those as they happen. Results.theuiaa.org, the place to find them. And we'll keep you updated as and when we can. Maria Tolokanina currently sitting in first place with a cumulative time of 21.97. Second place is Mariam Filipova with a cumulative time of 26.64. Great work from Mariam Filipova there, and just showing how fast she is. Maria Tolokanina with a 5-second lead over Filipova. And then Kulikova sits with 27.49 as her cumulative time. Daria Kovaj now on the left route. Alala Kazemi of Iran on the right route. Daria Kovaj opting for a methodical approach, as is Alala Kazemi. Alala Kazemi is going to take the fastest time of the two there. Alala Kazemi in bib 112. Iranian athlete who we also saw in Rabenstein. She finished 18th in the speed competition overall, took a 16th place in Sasfay and a 16th place in Rabenstein to take the 18th overall position. Now, there's a name and a face that we should all be familiar with in the speed competition, Miss Kendra Stritch. Kendra, who of course took gold medal in Bozeman 2015. Bib 109 on the right hand side is Kendra, on the left hand side Alala Kazemi. Kendra, a very, very fast competitor, and you can see she's got really good technique, finding a pace towards the top of the wall. Really good finish there. Strong from Kendra Stritch, and you see that nod of approval for herself. Had a little knock in confidence yesterday, but managed to recover and has done a really good job with that. Alala Kazemi on the left-hand side finishes strong. Kendra Stritch will now move to the left route, and Valeria Bogdan, the 16-year-old Russian athlete who Maria Tolokanina has been coaching, will join us on the right-hand side. There she is in bib number 124. Daria Kovaj now moves to 5th place of Ukraine with 54.65 as her cumulative time. Let's see what Kendra Stritch can do with her second route to lay claim to a finals position. Of course, only 8 of the 16 ladies will make it through to the finals. Valeria Bogdan showing her potential on the right-hand side. Really quick from that 16-year-old Russian girl. Kendra Stritch keeping up, though. Moving really well towards the finish. And a really strong finish from Kendra Stritch of the USA. Kendra took a bronze medal this year in the Durango round of the speed competition. Now, that wasn't actually a UIAA accredited comp due to the fact that there was no ice. We had warm temperatures, so it was competed on a plywood structure. Kendra very used to those structures. She has one in her back garden. From Durango, she then took 6th in Beijing, 9th in Cheongsong, 8th in Saas-Fee, and 10th in Rabenstein. Valeria Bogdan now on the left, and on the right-hand side, Zainab Kobra Musavi of Iran. Valeria Bogdan with a spring in a step, moving really well at those initial moves. You can see the sunlight trying to break through the fog this morning here in Champagny-En-Vanoise. Valeria Bogdan very fast there. There's Alala Kazemi cheering on her teammate. Kendra Stritch moves into 3rd place with her cumulative time of 26.85. 0.2 of a second behind Mariam Filipova. Valeria Bogdan behind Kendra Stritch with a time of 27.69. Really good work from Kendra Stritch. There's Valeria Bogdan finishing off. Kendra very strong this morning, very fast. On the right-hand side now, in bib number 126, is Elena Koshebeva, another Russian athlete. Zainab Kobra Musavi on the left-hand side. And you can see it is snowing here in Champagny this morning. Very cold overnight, dropped to about -10. And we had temperatures last week of plus 14 degrees. There's a lot of concern for the ice. Elena Kochebeva finishing with a strong start there. Let's see how she copes. On the left route now on the screen, Katarina Kosheva, the overall gold medal winner, tied with Maria Tolokanina. First time in speed climbing history that we've had that. Of course, that was in the overall world rankings of the World Cup competitions. We're here at the World Championships, and she's going to see if she can take her 3rd gold medal of the season. Little slip there on the left leg, but manages to recover well. You can see that pace. When she does find the rhythm, she accelerates very, very fast. There it is. Good start from Kosheva and a good recovery after that slip. We'll see where that puts her in the rankings this morning. Zainab Kobra Musavi moves into 7th place after her results. Very strong finish there from Kosheva. Zainab Kobra Musavi with an accumulative time of 42.31. And now on the right-hand side in bib number 129, last week's gold medalist from Rabenstein, Katarina Feoktistova. Kosheva on the left in the red, moving very quickly. Feoktistova just looking for that best position to place those tools, to find that rhythm. We often see in these semi-final rounds of the speed competitions, the athletes don't go all out. They're very tactical with that. They move quickly, but they're looking for the best positions for the tools, for the crampons, so that when it comes to the final round, and they've done enough to qualify, then they can absolutely open up. That's when we see the next gear being locked into from those athletes when we reach the finals later on. Big strong finish from a Katarina Kosheva there. Bib number 128 is of course Nadia Galyamova of Russia. Good pace from both athletes there. Feoktistova finding a rhythm on that left-hand route, the rhythm that she didn't seem to have on that first route. Galyamova looking really strong on the right-hand side. Athletes finished almost at the same time there. Kosheva moves into second place with her cumulative time of 26.12. Kochubeva sits in 8th place at the moment in the danger zone. 29.89 seconds as her cumulative time. We say the danger zone because, of course, if people do qualify with faster times, then she'll be bumped down and will not qualify. There's Feoktistova on the left. Rabenstein gold medalist. All season she'd been painfully close to taking a gold medal. Just hadn't quite come together. Nadia Galimova in the pink on the left. And on the right-hand side, Enni Bertling of Finland. Very different competitors, these two. Nadia Galimova, very small, slight competitor. Enni Bertling, tall, athletic build. Interesting to see them both move very quickly in here. There, Enni making some interesting noises. Very pleased with her time. I think she pleasantly surprised herself. Really good start there from the Finn. Nadia Galimova moves into 4th place with a cumulative time of 26.46. Kendra Stritch now bumped down into 6th place. There'll be 8 of these ladies from the 16 that made semi-finals that go through to finals later on. And we'll have the speed duel, which is a very fun format, very exciting, and is literally a race between 2 athletes at a time. Now on the right-hand side, we have Lena van der Berg, who falls off her first route, and that will be her competition over for the semi-finals. That's a shame. Of course, if you fall off the route, you don't log a time, and if you don't log a time, then you can't be ranked. Enni Bertling moving really well up this last stretch, just opting for that methodical approach. Feoktistova now sitting in 2nd place with a cumulative time 25.75. Now, final climber there in the green and blue is Olga Kozek, Poland. Olga finished 10th overall. My correction, in the World Cup she finished 8th. She took a 10th place in Cheongsong, 4th in Durango, 8th in Beijing, 13th in Saint-Spe, and 15th in Rabenstein. Olga trains with the Russian team, spends a few weeks a year in Russia with them on their structures, trying to refine and hone her technique. She does compete in both events, both lead and speed, and does very well in both. She's the only Polish competitor that we have on the circuit. So that concludes our ladies semi-final for the speed. All 16 women have now climbed, and I can tell you that the following ladies, or in fact, Olga Kozak has to move left. My mistake. Olga will now move left and climb her second route for her accumulative time, but she is our last competitor, so nobody replaces her on the right-hand route. Let's see how Olga does with this route. She's climbing now to qualify. She needs to be faster than 5 seconds on this route to qualify. I don't think that's going to happen. That's very unlikely. Even the best and fastest men wouldn't take a 5-second time on this route. But Olga will climb anyway for her ranking. Just over the halfway point, finding that rhythm. Really good footwork there. Places that left tool. Big reach with the right hand. Seems to be holding a knee there. Maybe took a knock to the knee during that run. Now let's have a look at those overall results. In 16th place is Marion Thomas with no time. 15th place, Lena van der Berg of the Netherlands, also no time. 14th place, Daria Kovac of Ukraine. 13th place, Olga Kozak of Poland. 12th place, Alala Kazemi of Iran. 11th place, Enni Bertling of Finland. 10th, Zeno Kobra Musavi of Iran. 9th, Elena Kochubeva of Russia. And now for the qualifiers. So these following 8 ladies have qualified for the final duel later. Valeria Bogdan of Russia in 8th place with a cumulative time of 27.69. 7th place, Natalia Kolikova of Russia with a cumulative time of 27.49. Very close between those two. Kendra Stritch In 6th place of the USA with 26.85. Mariam Filipova of Russia at 26.64. A very tight field here. Nadia Galyamova qualifies in 4th place with 26.56. Katerina Kosheva in 3rd place with 26.12. Katerina Feoktistova in 2nd place with 25.75. Now you'll have noticed that all those times are within 2 seconds of each other, but the first place and the qualified in the fastest time is Maria Tolokanina, 4 seconds faster than 2nd place and almost 7 seconds faster than 8th place, 21.97 for Maria Tolokanina. The speed duel format goes 1st against 8th, 2nd against 7th, 3rd against 6th, and 4th against 5th. The winner of each round goes through to the next round. So we call it the final, but it's actually a quarter-final and then a semi-final before the final speed duel. If you are tuning in on social media, of course, you can get in touch with us here using social media. Drop us a comment in the live chat on Facebook or YouTube. And if you're on Twitter, use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. A very good morning to Yvonne Chow. She says, fantastic athletes. Lots of support for the athletes across social media. Yesterday we had over 60,000 views. Lots of people tuning in from all over the world on the Olympic channel, on the UIAA channel, and on Empora. If you have a question, if you'd like a shout out, or maybe you just want to say who you think is going to be on the top spot, then let us know. Drop us a comment, drop us a tweet. It's always lovely to hear from you, especially on a chilly morning in Champagny-En-Vanoise. Any second now, we will have the men's competition starting. The judges just making the final preparations, making sure the timers are correct. "16 men qualified, of course, for the semi-finals here in Champagny. And the first of those men was Masoud Zainali. He qualified in 16th place yesterday. Did a great job. Masoud Zainali just making his final preparations before climbing. You can see the judges and the volunteers there just getting prepared and ready to belay. Maxim Tomilov there in the blue jacket on the left of the screen. Maxim, of course, or his brother Alexei, didn't climb, didn't compete or qualify for the semi-finals here today. Masoud Zainali finishes in a very quick time, and he's very happy with that. Good morning to Toby Simpson. Hope you're enjoying the show this morning. Masoud Zainali finishes his first route with a time of 8.64 seconds. Very, very fast from him. Masoud traditionally doesn't sit at the top of the field, so it'd be very interesting to see how fast some of our fastest athletes climb. And of course, that young man there on the right of the screen, Leonid Malik, is very fast indeed. He finished 4th overall. He took a silver medal in Sazfe. Masoud Zainali holding his own though, just struggling to find his rhythm. Leonid Malik eventually finding it, but stumbles again towards the top. That's a shame for Masoud Zainali. He was much faster on the first route. A couple of stumbles on the left route causing him to lose some time. Really can't afford to make any mistakes in these speed competitions, because there's one thing for sure, the Russians will pounce. Leonid Malik finishing his first route in a time of 10.48 seconds. Now moving to the right hand side is Samuel Clavier of Switzerland, and moving to the left in bib number 54 is Leonid Malik. Off they go. Samuel Clavier on the right hand side, Leonid Malik on the left. Samuel Clavier manages to catch himself before he falls. Leonid Malik finds a much better pace this time, and that's a very quick finish there from Leonid Malik of Russia. Finishes his second route in 7.3 17.36 seconds. That's the fastest time we've seen so far. Puts him into first place with a cumulative time of 17.84 seconds. There's that finish again. Look at that. Absolute precision, executing on those early qualifying rounds of the semi-finals here at the World Championships. If you are just joining us, a very good morning. It's great to have you on board. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Get in touch. On your screen now, in the white bib 55, is Igor Trapeznikov. Another incredibly fast Russian climber. He took bronze in Rabenstein. Little stumble there with that left axe getting stuck. Samuel Clavier capitalising on that and moving really quick on the left-hand side, but Trapeznikov unstoppable on the right. Brilliant start to the competition for him. We'll wait for those times to come in. Look at that strong finish there from Trapeznikov. Really, really solid. So Samuel Clavier, very consistent with a second time of 10.94. That puts him in third place with a cumulative time of 21.46. Igor Trapeznikov finishes his first route in 8.51. That's the fastest time we've seen on the right-hand side yet. Next on the right-hand side is Alain Chateau. First French athlete of this men's speed semi-finals. Igor Trapeznikov incredibly fast on the left. Alain Chateau falls on the right-hand route. That's his competition over. A very good morning to Lazar Badanac-Latki. They've tuned in all the way from Dubrovnik, Croatia. Great to have you on board, Lazar. Look at the speed on Igor Trapeznikov. Very, very fast time there from Trapeznikov. There's Juana Maria Harabagiu, one of our judges. Juana Maria from Romania. The judging team here is a full international judging team. We have people from Slovenia, Romania, France, all over the show. Bib number 58 is Valentin Sipovin of Ukraine. Just looking to get a decent time this morning, Valentin Sipovin. And whilst he lowers to the ground, I've just got confirmation of Igor Trapeznikov's result. Wait for this. Second route, he finished in 7.48 seconds. That throws him right into first place with a cumulative time of less than 16 seconds. Absolutely phenomenal start to the semi-finals for him. His cumulative time, very quick there. Very quick indeed. And now being clipped in the red and green bib number 65 is 20-year-old Radomir Proshenko. Radomir finished third overall in the World Cup competition. Took a gold medal in Beijing, then 9th place in Cheongsong, 4th in Sasfei, and 6th in Rabenstein. The athletes have just been asked to pause for a second while an alteration is made to the start of the route. With the snow here, the actual line that they have to stand behind is being constantly covered by that falling snow. So you can see one of the officials just clearing that line, making sure it's very clear for the athletes. Proshenko on the right, Valentin Sipovin on the left. Sipovin opting for a much slower approach. Proshenko absolutely flying up that right-hand route. Big finish from him. Let's wait and see what that comes in at on the clock. 8.1 seconds there for Radomir Proshenko. Valentin Sipovin finishing his first route in 20.46, his second route in similar time. 22.67, the final result for him, and of course his cumulative time coming in at just over 43 seconds. Radomir Proshenko moves to the left, and on the right-hand side we're joined by another incredibly quick Russian, Nikolai Kuzovlev. Nikolai Kuzovlev moves very quickly up that right-hand side, and he's ahead of Radomir Proshenko. Kuzovlev means business. Very strong finish there. Of course, these athletes just looking to make the top 8 and qualify for their finals later on. Finals will take place this morning, and Nikolai Kozlovlev takes the record for that first route this far. 6.8 seconds. Sub 7 seconds, our first of the time on the right-hand side. Look at him go, absolutely flying up that route. Nikolai Kozlovlev with a strong finish. Nikolai Kozlovlev moves left, and on the right-hand side is Baptiste Obino of France. You can hear the French supporters very, very vocal for Baptiste Obino, but Nikolai Kozlovlev unstoppable on that right-hand side. We have confirmation of Radomir Proshenko's second time, which was 7.68, which puts him into second place behind Kozlovlev. 15.78, his cumulative time. The top of the field really slimming down now on those times, getting faster and faster. Kozlovlev on the screen, another incredibly fast finish from him. In first place, another sub 7 second time, 6.88, identical time to his first route. His cumulative time of 13.76 seconds, almost half the time of the slowest competitor so far. Unbelievable. On the screen now in bib number 53 is Kirill Kolchagoshev. Very quick. Kirill Kolchagoshev, of course, pierced his finger in the world record attempt in Rabenstein last week, but he's back this week. It means business. Baptiste Obino falling on that left-hand side, and that's going to mean that he's out of the competition. Kirill Kolchagoshev moves left, and we're now joined on the right-hand side by our first Slovakian athlete, Marek Černý, in bib number 33. There he is. Marek Černý moves very quickly, but just stumbles at the first part of that route. Kirill Kolchagoshev moves very quickly and finishes his route in another fast time, and we'll have confirmation of that exact time, which puts him into fourth place with 8.94 seconds. Cumulative time for Kirill Kolchagoshev of 16.86. Kirill Kolchagoshev there with a very fast time, total time of 16.86 seconds. Pavel Batushev on the screen, of course. He took gold medal last week in Rabenstein and indeed finished overall in the World Cup competitions in second place. 2 gold medals, 1 in Cheongsong, 1 in Rabenstein, and a bronze in Saas-Fee. Was chatting to Batushev last week and said, who's going to win the World Championships? And he was very proudly telling me that it's going to be him. So we'll have to see if he's a man of his word. I actually have a gentleman's agreement with him that if he wins the World Championships, that I will give him one of my hats. If you've ever seen any of the videos and at the top of the program here in the World Cup broadcast and the World Championship broadcast, you'll see that I always wear a cap. And Mr. Batushev decided that he wants one. So, told him the only way he's going to get one is if he wins the World Championships. Game on. On the right-hand side now, in bib number 29, is Tiomir Dimitrov, our first Bulgarian athlete, and Batushev, who's very quickly on the left-hand side. His first time of 7.92. And a second time equally as fast. Look at this finish. Very good momentum. His hands so quick. And another strong top there from Pavel Batushev, who sits in second place behind Nikolai Kozlovlev with a total time of 15.74. On the screen now is Dutch climber Dennis van Hoek. Timur Dimitrov, the Bulgarian athlete, finishes his first route in 10.16, which is a very respectable time. Timur on the left-hand side, Dennis van Hoek on the right. Dennis in the orange trousers looks for a strong finish. Timur, not sure if he tagged that first time or not. We'll have to wait and see with the result. These athletes really have to smash those finishing targets to make sure the timer registers. He did tag that timer in 13.38 seconds, a total time of 23.54. Dennis Van Hoek. Looks like Timur is going to call a technical incident there, saying that the rope was in his way for tagging that top of the route. The judges will review that and they'll decide whether or not he has cause to climb again. You can hear Juana Maria Harabaggio in the background there, making those decisions with the judges. Good morning and welcome to Hannah Ray Song, who's tuned in. Of course, Hannah Ray will be climbing later in the lead finals. Hannah Ray took the gold medal in the overall competition. She took 3 gold medals back-to-back. She's on incredible form. Lots of people looking to see if she'll take the World Championship title as well. We're looking forward to seeing you later, Hannah Ray, so thanks for tuning in. And in bib number 34 on the right-hand side is current world champion Alexei Vagin. The first comp we've seen him at in all season, but that has not slowed him down. The style really suiting Alexei Vagin. Dennis Van Hoek on the left-hand side registers a time of 11.06 on the second route, 8.67 on the first route, which gives him a total time of 19.73 seconds, which currently sits in 7th place. That is the danger zone for Dennis Van Hoek, because at the moment, 2 more athletes to go, he could be bumped out. Alexei Vagin, of course, moves to the left, and we're joined by the overall World Cup winner and world-ranked number 1, Vladimir Kartashev on the right-hand side, Vagin on the left. Look at the speed on Kartashev on that right-hand side. Finds that flow immediately. Kartashev's signature move, of course, climbing with 1 axe when his axe gets stuck. He's still faster than most people would be with 2, even just with 1. Not necessary this morning, though. Climbs that first route incredibly quickly, and even with a slight stumble, that first route is going to put him up there in the rankings. Kartashev's first time, 7.40. Vagin's cumulative time puts him into 5th place. His second route, 8.87, giving him a total time of 16.79. Kartashev now climbs on his own on the left route, and off he goes. Just needs to qualify this morning. Big finish. For Vladimir Kartashev. Awesome work. And that should be enough to see him through to finals. Let's just get a confirmation of that time. It is enough to see him through to semi-finals, or rather finals, in 2nd place. His total time of 14.73 seconds, a whole second faster than 3rd place Pavel Batashev, but a whole second behind Nikolai Kuzovlev, who sits in 1st place. So just to run you quickly through those results in men: 16th place Marek Cherny, 15th place Baptiste Obino, 14th place Olen Chateau, 13th Valentin Sipovim, 12th place Timur Dimitrov, 12th place, or rather 11th place Samuel Clavier, 10th place Masoud Zainali, and 9th place, bumped out by Kartashev, Dennis Van Hoek. The top 8 and the men that will reach the finals: Russians Leonid Malik in 8th, Kirill Kolchagoshev in 7th, Alexei Vagin, reigning world champion, in 6th, Igor Trapeznikov in 5th, Radomir Poroshenko in 4th. And now let's take a quick look at those top 3 results. Pavel Batashev of Russia in 3rd with a total time of 15.74. Vladimir Kartashev in 2nd, also of Russia, with the fastest time of 14.73 seconds, a whole second faster. And in 1st place from Russia, Nikolai Kuzovlev with a 2 seconds faster than third place. Unbelievable speed. Total time of 13.76 seconds. They're all the athletes. What we'll do now is get the updated dual speed list for the starting of the speed duel, and we will be almost ready to see that happen. There on the screen is Mr. Vladislav Golub, not competing here this weekend, but was competing in Rabenstein. Very, very cool guy. We'll have the speed duel beginning ever so shortly, and before we get started, it's worth saying that you can still get in touch with us here on the social media. It's very, very nice to hear from you. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Use that hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. And just before we get underway with that speed duel, I'm joined by Marion Thomas of France. Marion, good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm sad a little bit, but I'm fine.
We just saw, of course, you fell on your second route.
Yeah.
What happened?
I think I wasn't 100% concentrate really, and so it's not. I made a mistake, and I made a mistake. Yeah.
Well,
but it's my first year, so and I'm practicing. I practice speed since only 4 weeks. I started in China, so.
So, Marion, we're looking at the screen there. There's a lot of snow coming down. Does that affect the performance in the climbing at all?
No, I don't think so. To my mind, no, it doesn't.
It's no problem.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem.
It definitely looks pretty.
Yeah.
It's beautiful here in Champagny.
So beautiful.
And of course, we caught up with you yesterday for a short interview for Facebook.
Yeah.
And you said you were very happy to be here and to climb in the semi-finals of lead last night.
Yeah.
Another tricky situation.
Yeah.
Talk us through what happened there.
I didn't see the forbidden zone just in the route preview, and so I also made a mistake. But I think sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
Exactly.
So
Yannick famous phrase there.
I learned. Maybe I took lots of experience yesterday and today.
And of course, to give people some context, Marion's been ice climbing competitively for what, 6 months?
For 4 months. 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I started in September.
So 4 months ago, Marion started ice climbing, and within 4 months has made finals at 2 World Cups.
No, one
World Cup and
and all in
every
speed
final. Yeah, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable, and shows how much potential we can expect to see from you in the next seasons if you'll come back.
Yeah, of course I will come back and stronger. I hope so, and I will train a lot and. Really, I want to do my best again next year and do a final again and final in speed and to be with Russian girl, in speed. It's
for sure,
lots of Russian girl, and so.
And just talk us through the French team, because this year it's been noticeable that the level of talent in the French team has really gone up. Not to say that the guys weren't talented before, but they were maybe a little bit inconsistent, or they would make some small mistakes. This year we've seen you. Luna Ladovon, Tristan Ladovon, Jan Jerome, his game's gone up massively. What's changed there?
We changed lots of things. We have a new coach, Adrien Pirlo, and so we trained a lot, and we trained more, and we had all the trainings are changing, and so. Maybe it's because we have a good connection with all the team, and it's amazing to have so positive waves, and we are stronger thanks to this.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see, and Adrian's done an amazing job so far, and hopefully that will continue to happen. You can see in the background there, that looks like Radek, one of our route setters here at the competition, just clipping some quick draws ready for the lead finals later today. And of course you can tune in live to the lead finals, which will begin at 3:15 3:15 on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter on the UIAA channels, also on Empora and on the Olympic channel. Good morning. If you are joining us on the Olympic channel, you can see the athletes who've made the final just preparing themselves, really embedding those positions into the mind.
And we also improved a lot thanks to the federation, because in Champagny we have the chance to climb more on the wall, and so
So the federation, of course, the
Yeah,
FF Cup.
FFCAM, yeah.
You've done a
So
great
thanks
job
to
with you
it,
guys.
yeah, I'm
I'm sure they'll
thankful.
be very happy that you've given them a shout out there. Marianne, ice climbing is a hopeful sport for the Winter Olympics. Sport
Yeah.
climbing has made the Olympics. What would it mean to you to represent France in the Olympics in ice climbing?
Oh, it's a dream for me, and of course, if it's the Olympic, I will train harder and harder, and to be there, it's the top of the sport, Olympic Games. It's completely crazy, yeah.
And do you think you would try and represent France in both disciplines, lead and
Yeah.
speed? You wouldn't try
I
and
loved,
focus on one.
yeah, I love doing both disciplines. In sports climbing, I was also doing lead, speed, bouldering, and so I really like. I think it's interesting, we learn thanks to one, and we can just translate it to the other, and yeah, I really like it.
And so we have confirmed start lists for the quarterfinals of the final round. Of course, we started yesterday with lots of athletes, 60 athletes in the men and 21 athletes in the ladies, and that went down to 16, and we've just seen the semi-finals take place just now, and that now goes down to 8th, and I can give you those start lists now. In the men's, the first duel will be between Nikolai Kozovlev and Leonid Malik. The second duel will be between Radomir Proshenko and Igor Trapeznikov. The third duel will be between Vladimir Kartashev and Kirill Kolchagoshev. And the final duel will be between last week's gold medalist Pavel Batashev and reigning world champion Alexei Vagin. In the ladies' world championship quarter-final, the final round here, the first duel will be between coach and athlete Maria Tolokanina and Valeria Bogdan. Maria, of course, Valeria's coach, so that'll be fun to watch. Second duel will be between Nadia Galyamova and Mariam Filipova. Third duel, Katerina Feoktistova and Natalia Kulikova. And the fourth duel will be between Katerina Kosheva and the USA's Kendra Stritch, who we can see there in the green jacket. Out of these people, Marianne, that are on the screen and on this start list, is there anybody in there that you look up to on the tour that inspires you in terms of your performance?
Yeah, I really like Maria. She's climbing so well, and
Tolokanina.
yeah, and yeah, it's really inspired, because when you watch them, I think they learn perfectly the routes, and they know where they would put their axes, and so it's really interesting mentally, to be concentrate at 100% and to
Yesterday we saw, or I saw in fact, Maria was sat over by the catering tent to the left of the competition wall for about an hour, writing notes about the speed walk. She was drawing pictures, writing all those intricate details down, I guess committing those individual positions for each tool to memory.
Yeah, they are learning perfectly all the routes.
Do you do any preparation like that before the speed?
I try to learn and to say, oh, okay, I will put here, but sometimes I make mistake when I'm climbing, because
it's so fast.
I'm trying. I was doing sport climbing during 1 year. I was in the French team in sport climbing.
Nikolai Primarov has a question for you. Nikolai, of course, an athlete on the circuit. Marion, question for you. What do you think you need to train more? What is your weak spot? Nikolai going deep there with his questions this morning. Good morning, Nikolai, and of course, Caroline. I'm sure you're both watching together. When you come up, you could bring me a coffee. That'd be lovely. Answer the question, Marion.
Thanks, Nikolai. I think I have many things to improve. I have to put my axes more larger,
You're wider apart?
Yeah, and my foot too, because it's I don't know how to say in English, but it's like
For the benefit of the viewers at home, Marion's gesturing that her hands are too close together and her feet are too close together. And if we watch the fastest athletes, for example, Maria Tolokanina, who we're about to see on the screen any second, you'll see that her hips are very open when she's climbing. It's not like running at all. It's a very open position.
Yeah.
And they drive
there
off
is
their
like,
feet.
like this, and I must incline also my tool axes.
It's very difficult to explain.
Yeah.
But hopefully Maria is going to show us exactly what we mean. So on the right-hand side is Maria Tolokanina. On the left-hand side, Valeria Bogdan, coach and athlete. You see the slips from Maria Tolokanina on the right-hand side, and Valeria Bogdan's going to look to take the win, but Maria Tolokanina picks up the pace towards the end. Look at her go. So fast. Unbelievable. Shakes her head in disappointment. She knows that she should have been quicker. Valeria Bogdan just falling behind Maria Tolokanina. What's going to be going through Valeria's head? She's up against one of the best speed athletes in the world. She's only 16 years old. What do you think she'll be thinking, Mariam?
She's really strong, and I think she sometimes she's really fast, but sometimes she made mistake, and so when she will improve and took experience, I think she will be really, really good.
Well,
she's
Valeria
really good.
Finished her route in 14.1 seconds.
Yeah.
Maria Tolokanina in 12.56, and of course this is a cumulative duel, so the fastest time overall will go through. Valeria needs to finish in less than 10 seconds on this route. That's a man's speed time. We haven't seen anybody break that 10-second barrier in the ladies yet. Maria Tolokanina needs to be slower, and let's see what happens here on the right-hand side. Valeria Bogdan's going to take that win. She does, but Maria Tolokanina just behind her. We'll have those times confirmed any second, and what we should see, I think, is that Maria Tolokanina will advance to the next round of the duel, and Valeria Bogdan will finish her competition. Let's wait to see what comes through on those results, and of course you can see the results as well live online. If you go to results.theuiaa.org, the live results are updated there. So Maria Tolokanina finishing her second route in 13.02. Valeria Bogdan, very quick time of 12.66. Maria Tolokanina wins. And now Mariam Filipova and Nadia Galyamova get underway in the second duel. Filipova on the left in pink, in blue. Nadia Galyamova on the right in pink. Colourblind and directionally wrong there. Looks like Mariam missed that target first go. We'll have to see if she's allowed to carry on. She's been nursing a calf injury of that left leg all year, and you can see, in fact, her left leg was just hanging down there. Limps onto that. Hopefully she's okay. Let's see that replay again. Watch Mariam Filipova on the last move. Slips, misses it, and then jumps up to finish the timer. We'll have to see if that registers or not. It doesn't. Mariam Filipova is out. Nadia Galyamova advances with a time of 12.56 seconds. She will climb anyway.
It's really clear when she's climbing. Everything is clean.
Nadia Galyamova. Yeah, she has a very precise
She's very
style.
precise and like flying.
She finished 4th overall this year. Reaches up with the right hand. Tops. She knows that all she needs to do is get to the top and register a time to advance. And Nadia Galyamova returns to the floor, and we'll have our third duel. Feoktistova on the right hand side, moving very quickly. On the left hand side, Natalia Kulikova.
She won last year. No, 2 years ago.
Feoktistova is not the world champion now. Kosheva won 2 years ago.
Okay.
But Feoktistova did win last weekend in Rabenstein, took the gold medal. Let's see what happens there. Looks like Kulikova fell on that left-hand side. We'll just see the replay. Feoktistova finishes very strong. And we see that Kulikova falls at halfway, but Feoktistova finishes strong, so she'll go through regardless. All she needs to do is register a finishing time on that second route. There she goes, just really honing those tool placements, ready for the semi-finals, which she will advance to shortly. Final duel between overall World Cup winner Ekaterina Kosheva and USA's Kendra Stritch.
It's nice to see Kendra in finals.
Feoktistova unclipped from the rope. She can go and get warm. Kosheva there in the red on the right. Here she goes. Kosheva on the right hand side. Kendra Stritch on the left. Kendra looking
Kendra is
really
so
quick
fast.
and in the lead at the moment. Kosheva needs to pick up the pace if she wants to beat her. Kendra is
Amazing.
absolutely flying. Come on, Kendra, stick with it. Big finish from Kendra Stritch. She
Nice.
takes the win on the first route. Amazing work from her. Kosheva just not finding the flow there. Very hard to say exactly what happened. What do you think happened there with Kosheva, Marion?
I don't know. She made lots of mistake at the beginning with her feet, and so I think she will be strong at the second one.
Let's see that top again. Kendra Stritch in brilliant form there. Really found that
Yeah.
pace.
She was so close to finals each competition, and so I'm happy for her to be in finals.
Brilliant finish from Kendra Stritch. We'll have that confirmed time in a second.
We're gonna see if she.
And of course, the duel again, and this time Kosheva still behind Kendra Stritch. Come on, Kendra, stick with it. Kosheva moving very quickly. That stumble's going to cost Kendra. Let's see if Kendra can get up there quick enough, though. We'll have to see if that cumulative time is fast enough for Kendra Stritch to advance, but that was a very quick finish from Kosheva on the left.
I think Katarina are gonna win.
I also think that too. Kendra shakes her head. But very happy to be here in the quarterfinals. And we'll now have the men's quarterfinal. Looks like, according to the live results that I have, that Kendra Stritch didn't register a time for the second route, but we'll have to wait and see if that's confirmed. Nevertheless, it is Kosheva that advances in the women's. It isn't confirmed. I need the start list for the final. Thank you. And I have actually got Kendra's confirmed result here. 13.75 seconds, a total time of 29.08. Only a second behind overall World Cup winner and reigning world champion Katarina Kosheva. Not a bad effort from Kendra Stritch there. She can be very proud of that. We now go to the men's speed duel. There is Giga on the right-hand side. Giga is our president of the jury of the judges, talking to Juana Maria Harabadziu. There's Vladimir Kartashev in all blue. Vladimir, world number 1 at the moment after taking gold medal in Sazfe. 3 silver medals, 1 in Beijing, 1 in Cheongsong, and 1 in Ravenstein. Interestingly, here's a fun fact for you, Marion. Vladimir Kartashev, Kirill Kolshagoshev, and Pavel Batashev are from the same city in the middle of nowhere in central Russia.
They are training hard there.
The 3 fastest men on the planet, or 3 of the fastest. Kirill, of course, finished 5th overall this season.
They are also training during all the summer with wood, and they put a new structure with wood, and they are training speed.
That's why they're the fastest.
Yeah.
Just waiting. There's Catherine Bonnat. Catherine is one of our judges. She's actually one of the local judges, based just a few miles down the road in Grenoble. Talking to the announcer, the guy there in that white helmet with the green jacket is the man whose voice you'll hear in the background a lot over the course of the weekend. Monsieur Philippe Jean Lambert. He was here a few years ago at the World Championships. He also was the French commentator for the IFSC World Championships in Paris earlier this year. Lots of media here, lots of filmmakers and photographers. You can see one man in the background actually trying to cover his camera with a brolly. Amateur tactics there. I'll teach him a thing or two later. Yeah, unfortunately, I think with the lens he's got on there, the pictures we might get off that won't be usable. You can see a good look at the speed tools there. How do the speed crampons differ from the lead crampons, Marion? Maybe explain that for us.
In lead we have only one and
1 point.
1 point, and in speed we have like 2. It's larger and it's like not it's in triangle.
Yeah, so in the men's or rather in the speed isn't what I'm trying to say. In the speed competition, the crampons, the front points are much wider and much pointier, whereas in the lead, the mono points are very narrow, very sharp, almost like a knife.
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
the speed is more like a fork.
Yeah, of
Maybe
course.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, it's a better definition. Thanks.
You can have that one for free, Marion. Once again,
I must
up
buy
with
one.
random nuggets of wisdom. Speed crampons are like forks and lead crampons are like knives. There is that phenomenal structure here in Champagny. And in fact, what you can't see there is the extendable upper parts. Triangles that extend for another 5 meters, and they're retractable, so they'll be put up later for the finals. That'll be, of course, for the lead finals, which will be live here from Champagny at 3:15 local time. You'll be able to tune in on Facebook on the UIAA, Empora and Olympic channels. You'll also be able to tune in on Twitter of the UIAA and on the YouTube account of the UIAA. There on the left-hand side is Leonid Malik, bib number 54 of Russia. His duel, the first of the men's final round, will be against Nikolai Kozlovlev. Kozlovlev, of course, a gold medal winner this year in Durango, and then finished 4th, 5th and 6th, respectively, in Beijing, Cheongsong and Sazfei. Off they go. Kozlovlev off to a very quick start on the right-hand side, and he was the fastest man in qualifiers, the only one with a sub-7 second time. But Leonid Malik capitalises on a mistake there from Kozlovlev and takes the win on that first route. What do you think of that first duel, Marion?
It was really fast. Nikolai was so fast and so good, but he made small mistakes at the end, and so...
Even with the mistake, still finished in 7.9 seconds. Leonid Malik 0.7 of a second ahead in 7.25. He'll move right. These tiny margins are what separates the climbers in these speed duels. And look at the speed on Leonid Malik at the start there. Absolutely incredible. Really, really fast.
Amazing.
And that's him through. He knocks Nikolai Kozlovlev out. Nikolai Kozlovlev, who qualified with the fastest time, a total time of... I've lost my notes. He was very fast in the qualifiers. Kozlovlev finished in 13.76 seconds. He's just been obliterated by Leonid Malik. Incredibly fast. That's Kozlovlev out of the World Championships. And Leonid Malik advances. Let's get that confirmed time. Leonid Malik finishes the first sub-7 second time of the qualifiers at 6:53. Now Poroshenko and Trapeznikov duel. Poroshenko on the right, Trapeznikov on the left. Trapeznikov makes a mistake and falls. And that is Trapeznikov out. Radomir Poroshenko will advance. He'll still have to climb. But let's see how he finishes. Radomir Poroshenko climbs on his own this time after Igor Trapeznikov falls on his first route.
He just need to top. Okay.
Tops very easily.
Yeah, of course, he doesn't need to be fast because he is alone.
And still, even though he doesn't need to be fast, climbs that very quickly indeed. His time of 10.72. gives him a total time of 18.6 seconds, which sees him through to the next level of the final.
Vladimir, do you remember him in Korea? He blocked his axis, and so he was continuing
Climbing
only
with
one.
tool, yeah. Kartashev, famous for that. He definitely won the hearts of all the
Yeah.
competitors. He'll battle city mate, can we call him that?
He's so strong.
Neighbour Kirill Kolchagoshev, who takes the win ahead of Kartashev. Separated by a very fine margin there, but if Kartashev wants to go through and beat Kolchagoshev, he needs to move very quickly on this second route. Let's have a look at those times. Kartashev finishes in 6.87 seconds. Very, very quick. We're going to see an even faster time from Kolchagoshev. Just waiting for that to come through. 6.76 time for Kolchagoshev. Okay, here they go. This one's going to be a close one. Will the world number one take it, or will Kolchagoshev go through to the next round? Kolchagoshev's in the lead on the right-hand side, but Kartashev accelerates.
Amazing.
Look at the speed on Kartashev. He's going to finish strong.
Nice.
There it is, and that means Vladimir Kartashev goes through to the next round of the finals. Kolchagoshev, disappointed, shaking his head. He is out. Must be hard to compete against your friends like that, Marion. It must be difficult to compete against your friends and then knock them out of the competition.
In France?
Your friends?
Ah, my fans.
Yeah.
It's as I said yesterday, it's all positive ways. It not give me pressure.
It doesn't give you pressure.
Yeah.
You don't mind knocking your friends out of competitions.
No, of course. You were saying looking my friends.
Yes, but now Pavel Batashev on the right-hand side, moving very quickly ahead of the world champion Alexei Vagin. Batashev destroys Vagin, and Vagin falls. And that is Vagin out of the competition. We will have a new world champion in speed, ladies and gentlemen. Guaranteed. Pavel Batashev finishes with a very fast time. I'm going to ask you again, Marianne. How is it to compete against your friends on speed? When you knock them out, is that pressure, or is it just every man for himself?
With international friends.
International friends, teammates, any?
I wasn't compete with my French friends because Coralie wasn't compete doing all the speed season. But it's strange because we have now it's not competitor, it's more friends. But doing a competition, you have to climb and do your job, and after you make friendship. But it's doing competition, it's competition. So you do your job, and if somebody is better than you, it's a game,
Of course. So
look
at those results going through into the semi-finals of this Speed World Championships. Leonid Malik, Radomir Proshenko, Vladimir Kartashev, and Pavel Batashev. In the ladies' speed semi-finals, we're almost ready to get underway. First of the two will be Maria Tolokanina against Nadia Galyamova. Second of the two, Ekaterina Kosheva against Ekaterina Feoktistova. Mariam, of those four ladies, who do you think will be world champion?
Maybe Maria Tolokanina is really strong today.
You've heard it here first. Maria Tolokanina is Marianne's pick for the world championship here.
But it's so close between all these competitors. They are very strong, and so it can change. And
of course, Maria Tolokanina is ranked number one in the world right now, tied with Ekaterina Kosheva. What we might end up seeing, because of the way this duel's played out, is Maria Tolokanina against Ekaterina Kosheva in the final. And if we did see that, we'd see our two world-ranked number ones against each other. I think there would be some rivalry there.
It will be exciting.
We'll have to wait and see if that is the case. Of course, Nadia Galyamova and Ekaterina Feoktistova can upset things. We'll be having that lead speed semi-final very, very shortly. And of course, you can get in touch with us here in Champagny. You can ask myself or Marianne a question. You can ask for shout-outs. Get in touch. Use that hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing if you're contacting us on Twitter. Or if you're using Facebook, all you need to do is drop us a comment in the live chat, and the same on YouTube. Are any of your friends and family watching from home, Marion?
Yeah. I've got many friends who are watching the live.
You can
with
give them a
friends.
shout out. You can even give them a message in French.
Now I don't know if they are watching. but
You can see the belayers and officials and volunteers taking a moment to warm themselves, grab a drink, and of course, let's use this opportunity to say thank you to our volunteers, the local organisers, to the local federation, and of course to the FFCAM, to the UIAA, and to the North Face South Korea, the title sponsors of the event.
they made an amazing job here.
They did.
This ice, it's just an incredible job to do, you know, because we are working here to make this beautiful event for maybe 3 months to make the ice, 2 months to make the ice, and to make it's not climbing in the overhanging
Yeah.
today, but in finals it will not be. We could not climbing because it was too warm during this week.
Okay.
We could not climb here, but
So we've got lots of people getting in touch over on Facebook. Nikolai Primarov has got in touch again, who was competing yesterday. He says, so what's your bet for the winner, guys? Well, Marion's already said Maria Tolokanina to win. Who do you think is going to win in the men's? The men's, of course. The 4 possibilities. Vladimir Kartashev.
Vladimir, yeah.
You think it's a Kartashev?
I think, yeah.
World champion and world number 1?
I think he's a faster man here, and so
He's definitely fast.
yeah.
Jacob Kren says, yeah, Kendra. I think he's a Kendra Stritch fan. Marvin Marshall says, how fast are these people? Not sure I'd handle a set of stairs as quick as this. Well, Marvin, they're very fast, and in fact, we've got some sub-7-second times. Maybe better to try and climb in the stairs without the ice axes. Dario Andermatten says, ice climbing organisation team from Sazfe here. Wish you a nice World Championship event. Well, Dario, thank you to you and your organising team from Sazfe. Of course, we were in Sazfe 2 weeks ago. You were there, Marion. What did
Yeah,
you
of
think
course
of the
I was
Sazfe
there.
competition?
It was incredible because it was my first year there, so first year in Sasfe, and it's in the parking, but it's there are positive ways. It's everything is in cycle, and all people are looking at different
Such a unique venue.
stairs. Yeah,
the
it's a unique venue.
If you haven't seen the Sazfe video, you can see that in the highlights video on Facebook and YouTube. All of the stages, in fact, are all replayable there, but if you want to see the highlights video, that is on there, and you see that incredible venue. It's a huge helical car park structure, spiral that has the climbing surface inside of the driving circle, if you like, and the crowd can get really up close and personal. They can almost touch the athletes, it's that close.
Yeah.
Really incredible venue and very unique on the circuit. Derek Hurd says he wishes he was here. Well, Derek, we wish you were here too. Sorry you couldn't make it, but thanks for joining us on the live stream. Stefan Buick says it looks cold. This is the Ice Climbing World Championships, Stefan. I'd be worried if they were in swimsuits and it was sun shining. Hasn't been as cold as it has been in previous events or previous years. In fact, in 2010 here it was minus 30 degrees Celsius, sitting in the region of about minus 2 here this morning. You're just getting a look at that men's quarterfinal now. Kirill Kolshagoshev and there Vladimir Kartashev moving very, very quickly indeed.
It's starting.
And so the ladies begin first. Nadia Galyamova and Maria Tolokanina. On the left-hand side is Galyamova. Tolokanina on the right-hand side, and Tolokanina's moving the quickest of the two so far. Big finish from Tolokanina. Great start to the finals for her. Finishes just over a second ahead of Galyamova. Galyamova's got a lot of work to do if she wants to make up that ground. The speed dual event, of course, measured on a cumulative time between the two routes. Maria Tolokanina finishes in 9.72 seconds.
What's the fastest time for the girl?
The fastest time for the girl so far? Great question, Marianne. We had one fastest ladies time.
I think it's faster here. Maria,
you think that
no?
was the fastest?
Yeah, I think she made the fastest
Possible.
time.
Well, let's see. Here we go again. Maria Tolokanina on the left-hand side. Nadia Galyamova on the right-hand side needs to make up that time, but Tolokanina's way ahead of Galyamova, and that's a strong finish, which makes sure that she's through to the finals here at the Speed World Championships 2017 here in Champagny. Tolokanina wants that one, I think.
She's a favorite here.
She's your favourite. You've told us that already.
Yeah, no, Ekaterina also. Yeah, of course. Both Ekaterina are really strong.
Interestingly, Tolokanina got exactly the same time for both times there, and will go through as the winner. Fastest time for the ladies today was her first run. Now Feoktistova and Kosheva compete for that place in the finals. Feoktistova and Kosheva both tied, but Feoktistova on the left in the blue looks in the lead. Kosheva stumbles and Feoktistova finishes first. Kosheva second. Kosheva really not looking comfortable on that right-hand side, Marianne.
Yeah, she was. I don't know why because she likes this type of ice, and she was really strong in the over competition in this type of ice. So I don't know why.
Well, she really needs to find some composure and some momentum for this second route. She really needs a flawless time, but Feoktistova wants to be in that finals just as much. She wants that World Championship title. Feoktistova moves to the right-hand side. Kosheva on the left. Kosheva in red. Feoktistova in blue. And a big slip from Kosheva at the start is going to cost her a lot of time. Another big slip. She just stops. She falls. Kosheva is out. The world ranked #1 is out of the World Championships. And Ekaterina Feoktistova, last week's gold medalist in Rabenstein, goes through to the final. Marion, the finals will be between Maria Tolokanina and Ekaterina Feoktistova.
Yeah, it will be really close.
It's
really
going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Let's just watch that replay again. Big stumble to start for Kosheva, struggling to find her footing. Another big stumble there with the left foot. And that third time she just stopped. She knew that it was over. She knew that she wasn't going to recover from that, and comes down.
She will be in small final for the third place.
She will still have one more chance to compete for that third place, as you mentioned. Feoktistova with a fastest time of 9.76 seconds, so 0.04 behind Maria Tolokanina. Those two very tight.
Very tight.
That is going to be exciting. We'll have,
as always, in speed.
Of course. We'll have that finals for you very soon, but before that we still have the men's final semi-final to go. There's those 3 lovely volunteers again, just taking a moment. Of course, the 4 men through to this semi-final round of the finals will be Vladimir Kartashev, Radomir Poroshenko, Leonid Malik and Pavel Batashev. And there, of course, is that wonderful ice structure here in La Plagne, in Champagny-En-Vanoise. Hey, look at that. Who are those people? Hello. I'm Liam. This is Marion. We're here in the commentary booth, which is just behind the ice wall. Looking at the screen, but I should look at you. If you are tuning in, it's very nice to see you. Don't forget you can get in touch with us here. Use that hashtag, UIAA Ice Climbing. It'll be on the screen there, this side. It's so hard. You can see Jack, the producer here, getting his hands involved. This man here, this is Seth. He's our computer, Seth100. Seth is the absolute don when it comes to the hashtags. He gets them up there for us. Hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. If you want to get in touch with us, very easy to do. We love to hear from you. Ask us a question. Maybe you want to give us a shout out. Maybe you want to give yourself a shout out. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We're looking forward to hearing from you all. And of course, we're live on the Olympic channel, which is great for the sport of ice climbing. Almost ready to get started here with that men's semi-finals. Kev Shields has got in touch. Hello, Kev. Great to have you on board. Kev, a very talented winter climber himself. He says the people on the belays are earning their money here. Fortunately, Kevin, I don't think that they're getting paid at all. I think they're volunteers. But maybe they're earning the beers later. Pemba Sherpa says, looks very nice, but bad weather. Well, Pemba, the weather, whilst it's not perfect, does give it a Christmassy, wintry feeling, doesn't it? Feels lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful when it's snowing like this. We've
got Elena Koshegarova in touch. She says, in the beginning of the translation, You have shown a wonderful collection of the best moments of the Cup. Thank you. You've got a lot of fun. Very soulful. I think Elena there is referring to the highlights reel that we showed at the beginning of the broadcast. We showed best bits from Sarsfay and also from Rabenstein, wonderfully put together by our main man, Danny Fullerton from the QTV team. Those guys that we just saw in the cherry picker there, Marion, what is it that you think they'll be doing right now? Looked like the route setters. Are the route setters going to be preparing for the finals? Surely the finals will already be set.
Yeah, I think all the finals have already been set, but there are like some details, and there are always all the whole. We can't see the whole here.
They're
but
just
we
tweaking it, making sure everything's perfect.
Yeah, of course, and it looks very long.
Yeah, very long indeed. Big shout out to Yanni Aliferis, who is tuned in all the way from Mykonos in Greece. Good morning, Yanni. Great to have everybody on board internationally, people from all over the world. And of course, we'll be live later today with the Lead World Championship finals. Broadcast will begin at 3:15 p.m. Central European time. You can extrapolate your local time from that, but here in Champagny, we'll go live at 3:15.
All the athletes have some rest just before finals here.
Some wait, yeah, just while the final preparations are made. We are, of course, doing our best to bring you the action as quick as we possibly can. When they have to wait like this, Marion, is it difficult for the athletes?
No, we are concentrate and we just warming up, and so no, it's not. All the athletes have to be concentrated at any time, and just.
It doesn't break the concentration, this wait. You don't find that it breaks the concentration? You know, if you have to wait for 5 or 10 minutes between each round?
No, it's competition, so you have to just adapt yourself to the organization, and all the problems can be in speed, of course, and so we just have to adapt ourselves, and it's a game, I think.
Well, let's take another look at that finish from Pavel Batishev. Amazing strong finish there, and of course he will be qualified for that semi-finals, and he'll be competing against Leonid Malik in the second of the two final semi-finals here. There is Maria Tolokanina. She's made it through already to the women's final against Katarina Feoktistova. Very quick. Maria Tolokanina currently has the fastest time so far in the women's speed world championship time. There's Feoktistova, who she'll be competing against. Another quick time. I think if Feoktistova can get a clean run, then she could definitely be the winner. And of course, this was Kosheva, world ranked number 1. Just couldn't quite find the flow. 3 big stumbles.
It was like she stops.
I think she stopped.
Yeah.
I think after the 3 big stumbles, she knew that she couldn't recover.
Said.
Which is a shame to see, but these things can happen. Anything can happen in competitions.
Yeah, of course.
As you found out yesterday.
Yeah.
There, of course, on the right-hand side in the blue helmet and the beige trousers, Mr. Vladimir Kartashev. And on the left-hand side, 20-year-old Radimir Proshenko. Proshenko finished 3rd overall this year. He took a gold medal in Beijing, then finished 9th, 4th and 6th in Cheongsong, Sarsfay and Rabenstein. Kartashev 1st overall this year. Silver medal in Beijing, silver medal in Cheongsong, gold medal in Sarsfay and silver medal in... I said to you before, Marianne, that I asked Pavel Batishev who he thought would be the world champion last week, and he said, me. And when he said me, Kartashev said, no, me. There's definitely some rivalry here between these two. There's Proshenko on the screen in the blue helmet, getting his head in the game for his bronze medal run. If he can win his round between him and Leonid Malik, then he can take that bronze medal. There's Leonid Malik in the black. And there, of course, gold and silver medal potentials for Pavel Batashev in green,
You can see
Vladimir Kartashev in blue.
they are so concentrated.
They
you
look
can see.
very, very
Yeah.
focused, don't they? What do you think will be going through their mind right now?
I think they are repeating and repeating and repeating all the routes again and again. And
I'm going to give you one last chance to call the men's competition. You've said Kartashev. Are you going to stick with Kartashev?
Yeah.
She's sticking with Kartashev. Very, very tight between those two. Batashev with a 6.9 second run on the right-hand route. One of the fastest we've seen today. Kartashev has been faster, of course. He has a fastest time of 6.87, 0.03 seconds, 300ths of a second faster than Batashev. On the left route, Batashev's fastest time is 8.14 seconds. And Kartashev's fastest time on that, I'm going to correct that. Batashev's fastest time on the left route is 7.92 seconds. We know that he's very fast there.
it's not so far for the women's time.
No, there's not that much of a
so
difference
far.
between the two. But let's look at what Kartashev's fastest time was. Looks like it was a 6-second time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 6.78 seconds on that left route. So, on paper, statistically speaking, Marion,
Who is the winner?
Kartashev should be the
Kartashev on
fastest of the
paper.
two.
Okay.
Also on paper, he is the world number one. But, as we know in this competition, paper counts for nothing. It's all about the performance on the day
Yeah, and at the moment.
and in the moment. Exactly. You can see the man in the yellow harness, if I'm not mistaken, is one of our local organisers. At least it's a lookalike. Here's a look at that gold medal run from Maria Tolukanina. Look at the lead that she has over Feoktistova there. Brilliant work, and that was the first run from the two. The stumble at the top of Feoktistova really costing her big. Let's have another look at that second run where Maria Tolukanina took the gold medal here at the World Championships.
It was so efficient.
Incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Stumbled at the top, but Feoktistova had no chance because Tolukanina powered up there. Managed to keep some of that lead that she gained on the first route. There's some of the athletes watching. There in the blue jacket is Zainab Musavi and Dalala Kazemi to her left.
Iron girl.
Iranian girls, yeah, of course. We've got lots of different spectators. The left-hand side of the screen is Igor Trapeznikov of Russia. You can see him chatting away. There's Stefan. Stefan, the man that designed this structure. I don't think that is Stefan, you know. I think that's just
That's
another
Stefan.
lookalike. There's so many. It is Stefan, or it wasn't. It was. Oh, good. Excellent. Beautiful weather here with the snow. Should be ready to get underway any second. So I've just been told that we've got an interesting replay to take a look at here, Marianne. Let's take a look at this. Oh. Right. So, that's Danny Fullerton. Danny is one of the crew here with QTV. QTV are our broadcast company that have been working all season very hard and doing a great job. Danny Fullerton released a GIF of me doing a very similar dance to that online this week, which has been doing the rounds on the internet. If you look hard, you might be able to find it. Did you see that one, Marianne?
Yeah, I saw you, and it was exactly the same.
It was exactly the same. Well, Danny, that I believe is what they call revenge, because that was just broadcast on the Olympic channel. Great work. It's been a lot of fun working with the QTV team.
He's doing a really good work.
He's doing a great work.
Yeah.
They're all doing great jobs. snow really coming down now. It's much heavier than it was earlier. Should be ready to go any second. Just waiting for some information to find out what the delay is. Of course, as is the nature of these competitions, we can have delays.
Because all the men are ready now. It's gonna be, I think.
Don't forget you can get in touch using that hashtag UIAA ice climbing. Vladimir Kartashev, Pavel Batashev, Leonid Malik and Radomir Prushenko just waiting to get going. There's the judges, Catherine Bonat and Juana-Maria Harabachi. Juana on the left, Catherine on the right. Part of a large team of international judges that follow the tour around. Not all the judges do all the competitions. There's a large pool to pick from. Juana-Maria was with us in Beijing. Catherine was with us in Saas-Fee. And the same can be said from our president of the jury of the judges. There's lots of different judges that are able to be presidents. Here we have Žiga of Slovenia. He was also the president in Saas-Fee. For the lead competition, Marion, do you think the snow would affect the athletes?
I think it's... Yeah, I think it can.
In what way?
But they have to deal with, so...
Snow in the eyes?
Yeah. We have to put glasses, you know.
Wear the goggles. It's like real winter climbing. Real ice climbing.
At the beginning it's not a problem, but just at the end when you are... After the overhang,
The overhang, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you need to have clear vision.
Yeah.
And clear mind. So, I've just found out what the delay was. We've got some very good information from our producer, Jack. In the results, there was a typo, unfortunately, on Ekaterina Kasheva's score. On the official results, Ekaterina Kasheva's score in the provisional results was 10.24, but her actual result was 10.42, and that change in result was enough to move her from third place into fourth, which means, Marion, Nadia Galyamova takes the bronze medal.
The bronze here.
And Ekaterina Kasheva will take fourth position. And look at that, as if by magic, the men's final is ready to begin. This will be for the bronze medal. Leonid Malik will climb on the right-hand side first, bib number 54. Radomir Prushenko will climb on the left-hand side. In bib number 65, Prushenko gets off to a fast start ahead of Leonid Malik, but Leonid Malik accelerates through that middle section. Prushenko taking the lead again. Big finish for Prushenko, and he launches himself over that gap at the end to take the first win over Leonid Malik. Very fast finish there from Prushenko, where a lot of athletes have slowed down at that position. He managed to speed up. Leonid Malik, 22 years old. Radomir Prushenko, only 20.
Second round.
And this is the second run. Radomir Prushenko this time on the right-hand side in bib number 65.
He's
Leonid
incredibly
Malik
fast.
left. Oh, and Prushenko falls. Leonid Malik has his chance to take that bronze medal. And look at the speed on him. He falls as well. Whoa, that's a close one. Very close indeed. Right down to the wire. We'll have to wait and see who it is that takes the bronze medal. Both athletes looking back to see the timer. Both athletes shaking hands. See if we can find out who it is that takes.
So here we can see the gold medal.
So this is the gold and silver run. Vladimir Kartashev on the right, Pavel Batashev on the left. Vladimir Kartashev got off to the fastest start, but Batashev, with a slip, still manages to keep it going. Look at those long reaches from Batashev. Whoa, that was close. Kartashev takes the win first.
But it's really tight.
And we can confirm that third place will go to Leonid Malik. Leonid Malik with a total time of 16.04. Radomir Prushenko with a total time of 16.13, separated by just 0.09 of a second. Incredibly tight margins. And now, with the similar margins, Vladimir Kartashev and Pavel Batashev. They were separated by 0.06 of a second. Pavel Batashev this time on the right-hand side of the route. Vladimir Kartashev stumbles, and that's going to cost him. Batashev's going to capitalise on it. This is for the World Championships. Batashev, I owe him a hat, takes the win, and listen to that scream. Pavel Batashev, World Champion.
Amazing, he's yelling.
Amazing
Sorry.
effort there from Pavel Batashev. Takes the gold medal ahead of Vladimir Kartashev. Very, very happy. Great teammates, great camaraderie. Pavel Batashev is the winner. Amazing.
It's fair play.
Well, I have to say, Marion, you called it in the ladies, but you got it wrong in the men's.
Yeah. He was really strong today.
Very, very fast indeed. Let's have a look at those times. We can look at the margins. So, first time for Pavel Batashev was 6.68 seconds. First time for Vladimir Kartashev, 7.82. Second time for Batashev was 7.21. And the second time for Kartashev, 7.27. The margin, absolutely phenomenal. And the fastest we've seen today, Pavel Batashev with 13.89 seconds accumulative. 2 seconds almost, just over, in fact, 1 second. Bad maths again. Vladimir Kartashev with 15.09. Amazing work. And a new world champion here in Champagny. We're going to have a replay of that final now. Look at Pavel Batashev go. Absolutely flying up that right-hand side. Very, very fast indeed. And that was the moment that he took the gold medal. Look at him. He knew that he'd won. The moment he saw Kartashev hit that timer, he knew how far ahead he was. Absolutely delighted with the win there. Amazing work. Absolutely phenomenal. Kartashev, of course, on the left-hand side takes silver. So just to recap on those podiums. Third place will go to Nadia Galyamova. Second place to Ekaterina Feoktistova. First place to Maria Tolokonina. And in the men's, third place will go to Leonid Malik. Second place will go to Vladimir Kartashev. And first place will go to Pavel Batashev. Marion, summarise the finals for me very briefly. What did you think of those speed finals?
The ice was really, really cool, and the two boots were really different, so it was interesting, really interesting to see. And men's were faster and faster, women's also, and so, yeah, really exciting, amazing.
That pretty much sums up our broadcast here. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.
It's been a pleasure having you along, and thank you, of course, to everybody that's tuned in at home. We will be back at 3:15 local time, 3:15 Central European time, with the men's and women's lead World Championship finals. We'll find out who will be going home with that gold medal. Make sure you tune in at 3:15. Don't forget, in the meantime, you can get in touch with us here at the World Championships in Champagny. Very easy to do. You can drop us comments on Facebook or YouTube, or why not drop us a tweet using that hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. Until 3:15 this afternoon, we're going to go and take a break, do more research, maybe have a baguette. You guys at home, grab yourselves a brew, and we will see you later on. My name's Liam Lonsdale, and the World Championships will continue at 3:15. Good afternoon.